What's going on, guys? This is Tony Hannity's with LazyTechGuys.com, and this here is the Samsung Galaxy Tab 2 10.1, and this one is the version for Verizon Wireless here in the United States. So they do offer the same tablet, just Wi-Fi only, but if you want 4G LTE embedded into it, you can get it at Verizon Wireless right now, starting on November 21st, 2012. So we're going to do a quick unboxing, which is really just very simple, and then go in depth into the actual tablet itself. So very simply put, here's the box. Here is the tablet. And then inside would be the cords, cables, and whatnot. So that's the unboxing. Very simple. One thing I did notice is Samsung continues to use their proprietary charger for their tablets. So this is the standard Samsung, I don't even know what they call it now, but this is like a 30-pin dock or something. Anyways, this isn't your normal micro USB, but this is specifically for Samsung tablets. So just keep that in mind. Now, the tablet itself, we're going to look into it a little bit more, but the actual specifications, you're looking at 6x9, 10.1, and then 0.38 width. It's about 20 ounces, give or take. Like I said, it's running off of Verizon's or LTE and obviously CDMA. Unfortunately, it's only running Android 4.0, so it's not even at Jelly Bean right now, although I'm sure Samsung has it in the works, as they're doing pretty good about keeping their latest versions of phones and tablets up to date with Android's latest operating system. Also, the memory capacity, it's only 8 gigabytes, so if you want more memory capacity, you're going to have to expand it with a micro SD that you have to purchase separately. And the display itself, like I said, it is 10.1 TFT, and it's 1280 by 800 WXGA. Battery life is actually really good, 7,000 milliamp battery, but it's actually pretty powerful in terms of how long it keeps. And finally, if you care, the SAR rating on the body is 1.39. So, like I mentioned, on the top here, this is where your micro SD slot is, but it's also where your on and off switch is, your volume rocker, your IR blaster, 3.5mm headphone jack, and then last but not least, your micro SIM card. On the sides here, this is what's really nice and new that Samsung has done. You actually have stereo speakers on either side of the front lip of the tablet. So right on the bezel here, right on the edge, while you're holding the tablet for videos and things like that, you don't have to worry about covering the speaker in the back like you sometimes do with some of the other tablets that are available. On here, they're right smack dab in the front. So the only thing that you might want to consider is when you're buying this tablet, if the manufacturers of cases took into consideration that the speakers are right there. I'm sure they did, but just be aware of that. Also, the front-facing camera is only VGA, so if you're doing any kind of video chat, especially for work purposes or something that you need professionally done, I wouldn't count on this because VGA, as you probably all know, isn't the best resolution. And then on the back for the camera, it's 3.2. And also there's no flash. So in low lighting, the pictures that this takes isn't the greatest, but if you need a picture done, at least this will take a picture for you. So we'll go into the camera aspect a little bit later, but let's go ahead and turn this bad boy on and we'll show you how quick and fast it is. So this is the launch screen for the tablet when you buy it, and as always, these just swiping left to right, you have different home screens that you can customize. And so this is TouchWiz UX. So if you're familiar with TouchWiz at any version of it, UX or UI, it's all pretty much the same. You can move icons from different parts of one home screen, or just move it off this page and move it to a different home screen altogether. You can't use the standard the standard vanilla method of creating a folder by putting one icon on top of the other. It won't work. So if you want to create a folder, you do have to hold where you want to place the folder, and then it gives you the option right there, folder. And you open it up, name it, hi, and then at this point, then you can drag icons into the folder. And then also, what should be noted is that in terms of the home screens, you can actually add more home screens, or add more pages. So you have your standard 6 pages here, and then you can add more if you want. And then if you want to remove it, just drag and drop. Pretty simple. Y'all should be pretty familiar with this if you know Android, but if you don't, this is some good basic knowledge for you guys. Also, what's nice about Samsung, at least on the tablet side, on the bottom here, you also have this little arrow which gets you to the mini apps. So these are apps by Samsung for Samsung, and then you have alarm, calculator, task manager, calendar, email, music player, and then world clock. You can edit the order of these, but right now it only looks like you have. So if I take away world clock, these are really the only apps that you can put on this little mini dock here. So you just drag, drop, place, there you go. Now, and then push the little arrow to get rid of it. There you go. Generally, any page that you're on, you're always going to see these buttons at the bottom here. So back, home. This gives you your task manager right here. Just make sure you can see my fingers. So back, home, task manager, and then screen share, or screenshot rather. So you could be on anything. We could be opening the weather here. It's like, oh, we want to screen share or screenshot that. You just press that. Boom, takes a screenshot right there, and it includes everything. So if you want to share a score that you've done on something like Draw Something or Words with Friends, I don't know, if you still play those, you just want to share it, boom, press that. That should be available no matter what application you're in. To go back, you can hit the back arrow, or just as normal, just hit the home key. In terms of a notification bar, if you drag down, you don't have any. The notification stuff is in the bottom right hand corner. So let's just move over here, and so these are all the notifications. So you just tap on here, and this is the time, the date. That's the Wi-Fi router it's connected to, and these are all the power controls that you have. You can change the brightness, make it really bright or really dark. Go to the settings menu, and then these are all the notifications. So screenshot captured, Quadrant Standard was installed. That's a benchmark testing application. Then all these other apps were updated. And so similar to anything ice cream sandwich, you can swipe to ignore or to dismiss, or just hit clear to dismiss all of them. Now to look at anything like that's on your tablet in terms of the different apps and widgets, in the upper left hand corner you have here this little, I don't even know, it's a square. So you tap on there. All your apps are right now in alphabetical order, but you can actually change the order, and these are the ones that are pre-installed on your device when you get them from Verizon Wireless. That should be noted. If you just get the Wi-Fi version, you're not going to get NFL Mobile. You're not going to get ViewDini. Those are Verizon Wireless apps. But in any case, you can download versions of it on the Google Play Store. And so yeah, these are all pretty much the apps that you get. And as you download more apps, they'll start to come in and fill up more pages for you. And if you want to bring an app to the front, you just hold down and just place wherever you want to place it. Same thing goes with the widgets. And these are the controllable things that are on the home screen, and you can resize the widgets accordingly. So here's the Game Hub from Samsung. You can resize it to make it bigger or make it smaller if you want to make it take up more room, and that can be found. If I got rid of it, for example, and I wanted it back, that could be found in the widgets under Game Hub right there. but I don't want it. Okay, so right now we're going to test the sound quality, and we're going to use YouTube to do that, and this is just a video that popped up under YouTube featured, and I think it's Skrillex. So you can have controls of the volume either using the volume rocker here or right on the screen. Gotta bring it up. It's a little hard to control on the screen, I think. Actually, it's not too bad. Alright. Oh. Alright. If you ever wondered what they're saying in dubstep, apparently this is what they're saying. Anyways, moving on. So that's the quality of the sound here. Let's look at the quality of the photographs. So we're going to take a great photo of me doing this using the front-facing camera, which is going to prove our point of the quality of this. And so we got a light behind me and a light in front of me here. And there's a camera, obviously. Smile, hi! Alright, so let's bring that back up here. And okay, so here's a nice cool Samsung feature. It knows that it's a person, and so it puts a box around them. And so you can tap on it, and then you can add the name and tag it. And the more and more that you, tag the same person, it'll start recognizing them, and then it has a whole folder filled with pictures of that one individual. So that's kind of cool. But the quality of this, as you can see, it's kind of pixely. It's not very clear. Definitely very far from being high def. So let's take a look at how it would be if we use the front-facing camera. So you have to bear with me. I'm going to take a picture of something else. Alright, so this is a picture. I don't know if you can see the quality. I'll put this picture in the actual article on lazytechguys.com. But it's not terrible. Like I said, 3.2 megapixel quality. You're still going to get a little pixelation, but you can zoom in and zoom out. And as you zoom in, I don't know if you can notice on this here, but you start to see it break up here. But in any case, if you're happy with the picture and you want to share it, then you do have your sharing options here. So you can share it to your standard groups on Facebook. You can share it to other applications that are on the tablet here itself. You can put it into a slideshow if you want to, and then dock it, and then present a slideshow to your friends and family. If you really hate it and think it's terrible, you can delete it right away. And then these are obviously some other options that you have when it comes to photo editing. So you could do print, copy, rotate, left, crop, edit, pretty much all standard stuff. I would say if you want to do any kind of photo editing, right now Google has made Snapseed available and free to download for iOS and Android. So it's a great photo editing application. So I would use that to do some of your editing if you want. So that's pretty much it about the cameras. So like I said, if you want a really good camera on your tablet, this probably isn't the best for that. But let's go ahead and look at the processing power, how good the games look, how good like the internet is and everything. So we'll take a look. This is the benchmark test using Quadrant, and according to Quadrant, my device is rated 5,213, and the next highest tablet, I would say, is the Asus Transformer Prime. In between is the HTC One X. And so what does that mean for you as a user? This is one pretty powerful puppy. So if you're planning on running multiple applications at the same time and not having to worry about it's slowing down on you or anything like that, then yeah, I would say this is actually a pretty good product. Now, I was reading some reviews on VerizonWireless.com regarding this specific tablet, and somebody was trying to use the tablet as a mobile hotspot to stream their Pandora or something to that nature, and they said it didn't work so well. So I would definitely test it out in the store before you buy it. You know, make sure that you test out the things that you want to actually use. And so one of those things is going to be the browser, obviously. So let's just take a look at the browser. Now, this is not the Chrome browser. This is, although it does look like it. I guess it is. But in any case, yeah, I guess it is. I apologize. So this is the Chrome browser, as it seems. I didn't think that they integrated Chrome into this. I thought you still had to download it separately. But yeah, let's go to our website, obviously. So Lazy Tech. Boom. Quick Google search. Bam. There we go. So we are connected to Wi-Fi here, so we're not really testing the speed of the network per se, but it does render our website pretty well, which is good. This looks nice on the tablet. And if you want to zoom in, zoom out, you have that ability now. There you go. If you want to read it sideways. So let's open up Rad's article on his experience at the GT live event on Thursday. That was a lot of fun. It's kind of like a miniature CES, if you will. Alright, so this has pictures, it's got a lot of verbiage, a lot of words. And so if you're reading something like this, you can just scroll up and down. And so it does wrap it. If there's any kind of long text. So you don't have to worry about going like this to read. Just go up and down, which is nice. Okay. Zoom in. And if you want to actually open up that picture, you can tap on the picture. And it does open it up to full res. Alright. So that's the browser. So we've tested the video, we've tested the sound quality, we've tested the camera itself, we've tested the browser, we've tested just the overall spectrum of processing power on the using Quadrant standard. Everything else is pretty much, in my opinion, all personalization. I would say in terms of hardware, it feels pretty solid. I mean, it has this kind of plasticky feel in the back, but it's not like cheap plastic. Like for example, as good as a phone as the Galaxy S3, it's a great phone, but the back battery cover kind of feels like cheap plastic. That's why I always recommend putting a case on it. This I'd still recommend putting a case, but it feels solid. Like, it doesn't feel like if you were to drop it, it's going to crack or anything. Don't drop it, though. There's no removable battery on this. Usually tablets don't have that anyways, but I just want to make that apparent and make it known. And finally, like I said, the battery life on this, I've used it for the past, I want to say, 4 days off and on. And I've used it just kind of streaming Netflix just to see how long it can stream Netflix before it dies out. And the battery was impeccable. I mean, compared to my iPad 3rd gen, which is less than a year old, they're about the same. And this is like I said, this is a little bit of a bigger screen. The biggest downside, I'd say, for me is the memory capacity. It's 8 gigabytes, and so if you're gonna download a lot of stuff onto your tablet, either get a larger memory capacity with a micro SD card or something like that nature. Excuse me. Or if you don't want to spend the money on a SD card, which I don't know why you would, maybe just to find another tablet option. But if you're really stuck on getting this particular tablet, the actual SD card slot can support up to 64 gigabytes of a memory card. So you shouldn't have a problem with that. And yeah, that's pretty much about it. Let us know if there's anything else that you'd like us to take a look at before we have to send this back off to Samsung, as we don't get to keep it. Too bad. But yeah, no, I had a lot of fun with it, and I didn't have any kind of problems where I was running an application and then it paused because I was trying to use the task manager to open up another application. It was pretty succinct, opened up pretty quickly. But yeah, the two major issues I'd say is the camera and the memory capacity. But aside from that, I think everything else can be fixed with personalization and just using different applications to help you out. So like I said, again, leave your comments and questions below, and we'll try to get to them as soon as we can. Hopefully you like this review. I know we're all trying to fix up our reviews here. And yeah, take a look at the full review on LazyTechGuys.com. And as always, you can follow us on Facebook, Twitter, Google+, Pinterest, Feed, and we have our podcast 3 nights a week, and 2 of them can be viewed on Google+ at our YouTube channel, which is Lazy Tech TV. And if you want to just subscribe to the podcast after the fact, you can subscribe on iTunes, Blueberry, BlackBerry, any podcast catalog that you can find, we're probably in there. So thank you very much for watching, and have a good day. Bye.